How about that? We got some voice now. Hopefully that should be working. Just give me one confirmation, anybody. Alright, cool. So now I get to say it all over again. It's really great to see you guys. I was just saying how many great names we got today. Kenneth Ramos is here, Bob is here, Buckman is back. Good to see you, brother. Bob, Hans, Captain Hughes, Aviation Dude 95, good to see you as well. This is awesome. What a crowd. Cool. So you guys are now hearing me, which is good, I suppose. All right, so did I check the weather today? I did not, which I should have done. What do we got? Let me have a quick look at the weather. I've gotten out of the habit of checking the weather, and that's not good. Because, I mean, obviously when I fly for real, you always check the weather. We got zero, what do we got? 090 at 13 knots. All right, cool. So we are taking off runway 9. So we're going that way. So let's go toes on the brakes. Parking brake is off. Cessna 414. Nice, nice, nice. Taking off runway 9 today. Alright, let's get some power in and get moving here. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this Sunday? I just barely got all of my adult responsibilities completed today before the flight. You know, you gotta get all that stuff in. And glad to say we do. And I have tomorrow off, so I'm gonna be doing some flying tomorrow too. I have tomorrow off for Martin Luther King Day, which is sweet. And it's funny because I've been with my company for 21 years, and for years and years and years we didn't have Martin Luther King Day off. And I was kind of like, I mean, I don't know if I'd say I was offended by it, but like, I just felt like I work for a very international company, and I just felt like Martin Luther King Day is an obvious day for a very, you know, international company to have off, and we never did. And we finally, and like I think like 3 or 4 years ago, they finally made Martin Luther King Day a company holiday, which is really pretty awesome. So we got that tomorrow. So let's go. Fuel pumps I left on, but my fuel pump switches are still not working. We'll go Alpha 2. Oh, Kenneth, no way, that's awesome. I decided to go out of this airport today just because I wanted to do something a little different than the regular San Juan airport. And this is a cool airport. This really is a nice little airport. But then I figured, like, what other like little airports around Puerto Rico can we visit? And that was one of them. Blackman, what's going on? So cool, that's awesome. I'm glad that we can visit your hometown airport. Alright, heading indicator checks for the runway number, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set, engine instruments in the green, airspeed is alive. 70 knots, that's the second stutter I've gotten. Scott Gridley, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, they had to stop a lot of flights actually because of that, believe it or not. They and just all over the Caribbean, like they stopped flights all the way down to Trinidad over that, which is kind of, I mean, it was a little bit weird, you know. I think we're used to like the idea that these things are just routine, but they're not, you know. That is a cool sight right there. Where am I going? Why am I going this way, I suppose? Probably to stay out of... yeah, I can imagine. You know what's funny? I haven't been online in the last, like, 36 hours, so I haven't seen, like, all of the YouTube ATC stuff and, like, you know... the Blanco Lirio channel, I'm sure covered it. I haven't checked out any of it really, so I'll have to do that at some point. I think I'm gonna go kind of straight out here and along the coast. What do you guys think? But yeah, I mean, I didn't even know exactly where it broke up. But you're saying over the Turks and Caicos. That must have been a sight to see. I mean, I've seen pictures of it. It looked pretty intense, you know. But man, space flight is not like just routine stuff, you know. And here we are, and we will once again talk about how amazing Flight Sim 2020 looks. You know, I mean, it looks awesome. I don't know why I'm getting stutters right now, but I am. I've heard the beaches along this side of Puerto Rico aren't that great, actually. They're kind of rough water is what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. Kenneth will probably know. But man, look at this. This is awesome. I like Blazed Runner back there in the Huey. That's a pretty cool airplane. Well, it's not an airplane. It's a pretty cool helicopter. But yeah, that was another one of those weird things that happened over the last couple days. This starship going down. So what else is going on with you guys? I did my first Airbus flight, well, part Airbus flight on Friday. I didn't get to land it, but I did get to fly it in Flight Sim 2024 because the 737 MAX in 2024 is just, it's not working properly. Let me put it to you that way. I don't want to say anything like nasty about it, but it's not working properly, and neither is my transponder because I don't have it on. And so I decided instead of just kind of waiting for, I mean, the PMDG seems like it's a little ways off for 2024. I think, yeah, we'll go 3,000 feet. So the PMDG sounds like it's a little ways off still for 2024. They're hoping that Sim Update 1 will fix what they need to have fixed so that they can get the 737 and the 777 into 2024. But absent that, which is still a ways off, kind of thinking, Captain, we are heading over to Tango Juliet Foxtrot Alpha. I saw you on, I'm on Valanta, but I'm not on, you're right, I don't see myself on Valanta either. Whoops. I'm going way through my altitude here. Yeah, Captain, I don't see myself on Valanta. Hold on, let me restart Valanta and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, so I decided to try the Airbus, the A321, after 3 tries of getting the 737 MAX. Yeah, I see everybody in Bungalow. What's going on? I see everybody in 2020. I just don't see like in multiplayer. I just didn't see myself on Valanta. But Captain Hughes, I saw you on. Let me get myself trimmed out here. I saw you before. On the map in 2020, but I don't know if I see you in the group in the back. But there's like a whole bunch of names on top of each other. Look at that AT-46. That's sweet. But Captain Hughes, we are heading to, where are we heading? We are heading to. It is what? Let me get that. Audio still cutting in and out? It shouldn't be. But then again, a lot of things shouldn't be happening. Let me see here. Alright. Let me see. Where are we heading to, Captain? We are heading to... Let's see. Tango Juliet Foxtrot Alpha is our next stop. Juliet Foxtrot Alpha. So... Yeah, I did an Airbus flight. So I may do an Airbus flight tomorrow. Just for... I still haven't landed the Airbus yet. Who we got here? Somebody's faster than me. Who we got there? Ah, that's the 414. What's going on, Aaron? So, man, look at this. We got a bunch of Islanders out today. Whoever's launching that A320 out of San Juan is wondering what the heck's going on. Wow, man, it's looking pretty down here today. Kind of. Name of the... Oh, you know what? It may be... it may be that airport was closed down. Let me see here. Because there's a couple airports that are like... Remember we went to the one in... Yeah, it's... right, it says temporarily closed. I don't think it's temporary. I think it's permanently closed. Because remember that airport in St. Vincent we went to? Yep, permanently closed. So it is. Let's see. It's right over here. I'll put up. Let me bring up Volanta and I'll show you. So it is. It is this one right here. So it's kind of like we'll just kind of cut the corner here, and you can still see it in the sim, but it's just not like it's not officially in the sim, but you can still see the runway and everything. So we'll hit that one, and then we'll head out to Culebra, and then down to Vieques, and there's 2 airports on Vieques, and I think we'll probably wrap it up over here. I think. But we'll kind of play it by ear here. Let me put the sim back up here. Hopefully I haven't crashed. Good. So I think we've flown to this airport before. Yeah, just follow me. Yeah, Kenneth. It's not actually in the sim, but I think we landed at this one before when we were doing a trip around Puerto Rico, and oh, okay, yeah, because I got it off FlightSim.to, and I don't know if any of you guys follow Flight Streamer. He's mainly on YouTube. He's got like 100,000, or on Facebook, streams on Facebook. Got 100,000 followers on Facebook, and he was flying. He's on vacation, and he was taking an Islander to where he's going in real life, and I reached out to him on Instagram, and he was flying the Islander to a little island in Belize, I believe it is. But that was pretty cool stuff. Made your first solo? No way. That's got to be kind of bittersweet that the Kenneth, do you know why they closed the airport? Because that's or did they open a new one nearby? Probably somewhat likely. I'm gonna turn. Let me see if I can turn off. Yeah, I was gonna try and turn off the VATSIM map on Volanta so I could see it a little better. But there's Vieques off there in the distance, and we got. Is it Culebra? Is that far out? Huh. I don't know what the wind is doing today. What's our ground speed? 120 knots, so we got a little bit of a headwind, but nothing too bad. Yeah, it's on Navigraph as well. But there's a 738, there's a 738 MAX. That's got to be either... Oh, this is 2020, so that's got to be the iFly 738 MAX right there. There's Hans checking out the mountains over there. Man, Puerto Rico is looking beautiful. Yeah, so we'll be doing some flying tomorrow for sure. Ganja 007. Cool. Look at this. A339. Alright, so now I kind of have to, well, I guess I don't have to use, I'm gonna say I have to use, I was gonna say I have to use Volanta to find this airport, but I guess I don't because I have my little thing. I do have to figure out which runways it was though. Let's see, we've got runway 826, I believe it is. So runway 8. So we need, which means gotta come over this way. And let's see here. I'm gonna start bringing some power back. Start my descent here. You know, Hans, it's interesting because, I mean, they do look distinctly different. You know, they look distinctly different. Oh, that's not a good sign. My plane is not moving. Why is my plane not moving? Why is my plane not moving? Plane, please keep moving. Press the Y key. Oh, okay. Thank you. I figured I must have hit a stupid key. Some random key. I don't even know what slew mode is, to be honest with you. No idea. Thank you, by the way, Aaron. I appreciate that. Bombasso, what's going on? We are bombing around Puerto Rico. What are you up to? There's Culebra over there. So that's you can see the field right there in the valley up here. Oh, okay, Kenneth, I see. You know, Hans, it's absolutely true. Like, there is definitely a different, I mean, the colors in 2024 are darker to me. But I also think they look a little bit more realistic, if I'm honest. And as my wife would say, you should definitely be honest. Did I leave my fuel pumps on the whole time? Yes, I did. Okay. So, let me put some flaps in here. I don't know. If I had to pick one of the two, I actually really like the way 2024 looks. And the thing about the other thing about 2024 is just the light. The sunlight looks so much better to me, and the water looks more realistic to me, which is obviously. I mean, I think it looks good in this sim. I don't think this sim looks bad by any stretch. But I do think 24 looks better. But that's the beauty of it. I mean, we've got two legitimately good simulators. Take your pick. Take your pick. I'm also about to rip the flaps off my airplane because I'm over flap speed. Alright, let's see. Fuel pumps on. Mixtures and props. Mixtures are forward. Props are coming forward. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's really Bombasso. I still can't figure out why like what the logic is for not doing that. I mean, I guess I don't know if it's not technically possible or what, but like I just think it would be nice. Because if we could do that, I mean, first of all, it would make it easier for like other people to join that maybe don't have 2020 anymore. Some people don't have both sims. Am I landing at the wrong airport? Peter, what's going on? Am I landing at the wrong airport? Because it should be runway 9er and I'm landing on runway 7. Makes me a little bit nervous. Or maybe it said 8, I don't remember. But this is not a very good landing in any event. That's a little better. Crunch. Kasplat. That was not a very good landing. They say a good landing is the result of a good approach, and that approach was poor, which is why the landing was what it was. Peter, how's it going? And this is, I don't think it's going to be good to go up this, but let's see. Hopefully I don't damage the aeroplane. Wow, look at this. Awesome. This is awesome. This is a cool airport. I actually really like this airport. We got some more coming in here. Got to pull up a notch of flaps. Oh, I never went props full forward either. Gonna lean the mixtures here. Mr. K in the Islander. We got Hans Boom coming in. BizJet, Brit and the P8. That's the what is that? I forget the name of that plane. Not coming to me right now. Comanche. Ganja 007. Bungalow in the turbine. Nice. Oh, you don't see one? Oh, you know what, Bob? You may have had to download the freeware. You probably had to download the freeware, and I didn't put the freewares in the description this time. My bad. Yeah, it is the BN2 Flying Club. My bad, Bob. Next time I'll make sure. And I actually got the stream set up early today, but I still didn't get the. I just didn't put the freewares up. Oh wait, but you couldn't get it anyway because you're on Xbox, so it makes no difference. So all good. Now next up, we're gonna go. Next up, we're gonna go Culebra. So let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. No. No. I'm not gonna bother with this. I don't understand why this thing it used to be. Ah, there we go. J. I'm gonna hold short here the runway. TJCP. HIJ. There we go. Look at that. Alphabet is good. My alphabet skills are strong. TJC. No. CP, I believe it is. Makes you wonder why I went this way. Ah, right. That's what we want. And what? Yes. 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 Okay, cool. Alright. Now I can get, Justin, we are on the East USA server. We are on the East USA server, and I will type in, we are leaving TJFA heading for TJCP. And I might be rolling off the runway. Alright, let's see here. Mixtures perhaps pull forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Let's check our trim. Trim is perfect. Alright, I think I got left behind because I'm the only one who landed here. I think Aaron and I are the only ones who landed here. Alright, airspeed's alive. Pretty much straight out for Culebra. Alright, there we go. Let's see here. Yeah, just straight out. Alright. Power coming back here, 25. Props coming back a little bit. Let's roll in some trim. There it is, Bob. Yeah, I mean, Hans, you definitely can't argue that this doesn't look good, you know? I mean, it's just cool. I'm still like a kid at Christmas when we get this 2020 or 24, I don't, you know, I mean, they're just, both of them are awesome. Oh, I got a good idea. Either that or a bad idea, one of the two. I'm gonna do the Tamarind approach into, do they call it Tamarind or Tamarino? Can't remember, I think Tamarino approach into Culebra, which is when you come right over the ridge and cut the power and just drop right along the, yeah, Tamarindo approach, Kenneth. Amen, brother, we're doing that. This, I think I've done this in a stream before. It's if you guys haven't seen the Tamarindo approach, it's fun. I mean, it's adventurous, let's put it that way. Alright, let's go fuel pumps off. And why is my plane not climbing? Because I'm not pointing up, I guess, is the answer to that question. So, alright, let's bring in some trim here. Look at this. And this is like the perfect time to fly too, because you get these great, my name's Obama. You get all these great like late afternoon, and then the sunset is always so beautiful. So I definitely like flying this time of day. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna take the A321. I'm gonna take it from Miami down to St. Martin, and that's gonna be my flight tomorrow. And then I've got some new stuff coming. I mean, I have a Pimax Crystal Light that I've been toying around with the last couple weeks that I need to finally do some videos and share that with you guys. That is a unbelievable piece of equipment. So I think I probably mentioned this last week, but I'm making the foray into VR, and VR is just wild. I mean, it's a totally different experience. And I've done VR once in my life before I got the Pimax, and so I'm not like an experienced VR gamer at all. And it's just so different. It's really hard to even explain. Oh, is the Phoenix coming out for FS24? I've actually never flown the Phoenix, Peter. I've never flown an Airbus. I flew an Airbus for the first time on Friday. Oh, so I guess, so you're saying, so it's already out. No, so what I'll be flying tomorrow is just the IndyBuilds A321, which I have to say, I think they did a really nice job. That's the Let me bring the power back and the props back here a little bit. That's the stock. That's the stock A321 in the sim, and I think AnyBuilds really did a nice job with that plane. I mean, it's very easy to set up. I think it's very user friendly. I like it. I think it's cool. And Plane Places and Adventures, the Islander is. So I've got a couple. I probably got in real life about, I don't know, somewhere between like, probably somewhere around like 15 flights. Yeah, Peter, I'm gonna fly in 24 tomorrow. Cool, and that's awesome, nice. But Plane Places and Adventures, I probably got somewhere between like 15 and 20 real life flights in the Islander, and it is such a cool airplane. It's a lot smaller than you think it is. Like if you've got two adults sitting right here, it's tight. It's a tight cockpit. But I've got a couple real Islander flights on my channel. If you search, you'll find them. Buckman, I've got the Honeycomb Charlies, and I love them. I absolutely love them. I mean, I think it depends on what kind of flying you tend to do. You know, but for like, you know, regular GA stuff and airliners, I mean, I think the Honeycomb Charlies are great. And they're not, you know, some of these rudder pedals go like, you know, $600-700. I mean, that's a lot of money, you know. The Charlies, I think, what are the Charlies? They're 300. But the thing about the Charlies is they're really heavy, so they really hold nicely. Like I've got them just set on like a carpet, and they hold really, really nicely, and they have a really good weight to them, and they have a huge range of motion, and they're they're not, I was about to say they're very, very sensitive, but they're sensitive in a good way. Like I think the Honeycomb Charlies are excellent. So, but you know, if you're into like, you know, jet fighters and aerobatics, I mean, even those, I think these would be pretty good for. But the Honeycomb Charlies are my suggestion. The A319, the 319 is a small airplane too. But that was so I got my heading indicator bugged. Jim Bridgman is wow, look at this. He's not with us today. Oh, I was thinking that was the A350 there, Airbus. But Jim Bridgman is one of our longtime buddies on the streams, and he's a former flight instructor, a retired flight instructor, and he was the one who reminded me, bug your heading indicator, which is good, or bug your runway your runway heading, which is a smart idea. But no way, that's Plane Places. So I took my first flight, my first real flight on my first birthday. My dad took me in. He was co-owner of a Cherokee 235, and but my first Islander flight was 2013, and most of my Islander flights are between St. Martin and Anguilla, just back and forth, going on vacation. But I did fly. I got to sit right seat in an Islander going into St. Bart's, and that's on my channel too. That was an experience, let me tell you. So let's see. Yeah, the 321. You know what? The 319, Peter. You know what plane is also like a freaking rocket? The Embraer 195. Holy cow! Last time we flew down to Anguilla, when we flew direct to Anguilla on American Airlines, they flew down there in a 195. And flying out of Miami, I swear that thing was like max performance climb out of Miami. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. But now I can tell why they do this Tamarind approach, because it's basically straight in. So the Tamarindo approach, you come over this ridge that's right in front of us. You can't quite make out very well yet, but you will see soon. You just come right over this ridge and just dump the power and drop the nose. It's really pretty cool. So let me get back into flap range here. One thing you have to do with the Tamarindo approach is get slowed down and get flaps in, get yourself all set up a little early. Let's go mixtures, pull forward here, and we'll start slowing down. I think you got to come over that ridge at like 700 feet. I think it is. No, it can't be 700 feet. It's got to be like, you can see Hans going right there, right in front of us. Oh, I don't think he's doing the approach, but let's see here. Let's see here. Alright, we're in good shape. So let me get second notch of flaps in. Let's go fuel pumps on. And I feel like I'm sitting too low in the seat here. Alright. Bounce 3 times. Sounds like one of my landings. Mr. K knows the Tamarindo approach, I can tell. There's nobody to annoy out here, so I'm just going to bring the props full forward. And I'm just going to come down. I think it's about maybe 400 feet near this ridge. But I like my energy because I'm at 100 knots, but as soon as I pull the nose up, that's going to slow right down. No, it is about 600 feet, I think. Alright, now second notch of flaps. Yeah, here we go. Alright, now we're getting, yeah, it's right about 600 feet then. So here we go, you ready? And just easing right over the edge here. Power is out. And down we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. There we are. Actually had a little too much energy still. Alright, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Had a little bit too much energy coming over there. Brakes. But that was a cool, that's such a cool approach. I love it. Oops. I just came to a stop. Came to a dead stop. St. Bart's in real life, Plane Places and Adventures it's something you can do it 1,000 times in the sim. When you do it in real life, it's nothing like the sim. It's, at least I've only done it once. Maybe after you've done it a couple times, it starts to feel a little bit different. But this is SLH Sim Designs, by the way. Culebra Airport. It's a great little airport in the sim. But St. Bart's in real life it's hard to describe. It really is. It's hard to describe. It is. The way I describe it is, you feel like, at least I had tunnel vision when we were coming in. I felt like I was dropped off the side of a building, to be honest. I mean, it just felt like it was straight down. It's clearly not, but Buckman. That is a nice looking landing right there as well. Let's see. I'm gonna go out onto the runway and back taxi because there's a tree up here sometimes that clips your wing if you're not careful. So I'm not gonna mess around with that. Let me see. Yeah, you came in. It happens. Let's see, where are we going next? Let me get the airport code here. TJCG. Oh, I hope I'm not blocking the runway for somebody, sorry. TJCG. Let me see. TJ, nope. That's what I wanted. I did want that. Come on. Oh, you had to do that to me, didn't you? TJ CG is what I'm looking for. I can never figure out how to do this thing. TJC. There's C and G is what we're looking for next. Oh, it's not in here. Okay, so it's not in here. So this is actually, I think, the other. Whoops, wrong button. This is actually the other airport at. This is the former military airport. Oh, nice USB. That was a cool view right there. Where am I going? Whoopsie. I'm confused. This is the former airport on Vieques, which you can still see in the sim, I do believe. Alright, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Let me check my trim. A little bit more nose down. And let's, oh, look at this. I gotta take a picture of this, hold on. That is sweet. Look at that. Alright, takeoff power is coming in. So basically, sure. Alright, there's 70 knots. Basically, we're going to be navigating visually this time. This is another one of my favorite departures in this end. It's so pretty. Look at that. So this is kind of over towards the east end of Vieques over there. We'll go find it. We'll find it somehow. Bring the props back. All right. Excuse me, guys, for coughing. Luis, yeah, I thought it was. I know he was gonna remove it, and I think he did. But wasn't sure which valley to use. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, it's tricky doing either of the approaches in there because it is hard to know like exactly which one to go through. You know, you want to stay at 1,000 feet for this one. Little flaps up, power back. We'll fly it true Islander style. True Islander style is 1,000 feet. Come on, there we go. All right. So there's a low flying TBM 900. All right, so this airport is, let's see, I don't know what I have in my GPS right there, but let me turn this up. So this airport is right here. So this is the one that's open. That's the whoopsie. Why is my airplane doing that? That's the airport that's actually open on Vieques, but this is the old one right here. So it's kind of like in the middle of the island. And I think my airplane is doing yo-yos right now. Kind of like in the middle of the island. Relatively straight ahead. And it's gonna be runway 927. So it's gonna be runway 9 if we actually find it. I'm pretty sure it's in the sim. You can see right down there. I think this might be the old military one, the old U.S. military runway, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, TJCQ. I want to look that up now. TJCQ airport was I can't find any information on it like right away. So Camp Garcia, it was the military airport. Okay, Kenneth. Yep, gotcha. Hey, Veneno, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. We're just out bombing around the Caribbean, you know. It's so interesting when I know there was a big controversy about the U.S. military base here in Vieques, and I wasn't consciously aware of like where it was and what the issues were at the time. I forget they closed it, Kenneth, probably what, maybe 15, 20 years ago? Probably 20 years ago now. But yeah, I mean, using somebody's island as target practice is really not very good policy, you know. I mean, I always remember hearing about it, but I never really understood what it was all about when I was younger. But I suppose that's part of what being younger is about. But let me see here. I think I'm pretty much heading straight for it. If you head right for this little outcropping here, and then that's going to put you on a perfect right base for runway 9er here. Why are we dropping like this? But Vieques is another place I'd love to see. And this island is just gorgeous. Look at that. But I actually know somebody who goes to Vieques on a regular basis, and it's just a beautiful. It's a beautiful island, very picturesque. You know, very kind of like undisturbed. You know, undisturbed, I think is the way I would put it. I love quiet Caribbean. You know. Unfortunately, what happens to a lot of places in the world is like once they get discovered, it's like you kind of lose what was cool about it, you know, which happens often, unfortunately. Oh wait, runway 9. I gotta come back the other way here, Tiger. This is why you bug your heading. Yeah, Kenneth, I would love to see Vieques. I bet you it's probably a right-hand traffic pattern because of these hills over here. That would be my guess. Alright, so we got a notch of flaps in. No, we don't. Okay, now we do. We do. Alright. Yeah, this is definitely going to be... In real life, I'm sure this is a right-hand traffic pattern because these hills are rather hilly. These hills are rather hilly. So, let's have a quick look over here. Gosh, it's pretty. And what's amazing to me is like, so how you get these, like this scenery nearby is just unbelievable. Alright, what's going to be really unbelievable is if I crash. Alright, so mixtures are full forward, fuel pumps are on. Still not back on the white arc yet. Pull that nose up a little bit. I think the turbulence is the other thing that's much better in Flight Sim 24, but I think they've also improved it in 2020. Actually, I think 2020's gotten better because it used to be ridiculous. Yeah, Scott, I do too, and I think the view of, or like I think I was talking about this last week, like the color green in this sim, like when you're flying in areas like this, is just so pretty. We're about to see some color green because I'm about to stall. Yeah, power. Oh yeah, not looking good. All right, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. We are about to demonstrate an accelerated stall. This is how you crash. All right. Yeah, definitely. That was sloppy. That was sloppy, the whole thing. Sloppy flying right there. Captain Gabriel over there in the BA-99. When I stop and think about it, there's a lot of cool airplanes for 2020 that I never flew. The C208 being one of them. I think I flew that plane like twice, and that's just a cool airplane. And we are way high. We are way high and fast, but that's all right. We'll just ease it on in here. Power coming out. That shadow I always find distracting. And we're gonna plop this one on too. Ay. So if you go back about 7 minutes in this stream and follow the entire approach that I just flew, that is how not to do it. That is entirely how not to do it. Sloppy flying the entire time. Oh well. Let's go over to the main Vieques. So the main Vieques airport is really cool, and I think I have the freeware loaded. And I hope I do, because it's nobody did a whoopsie. Nobody did a payware version of that. Well, no, actually, I take that back. So I think somebody did actually do a payware version eventually. Oh, Bungalow's coming in, but it's a really cool airport. A really cool airport. Look at this. Veneno's coming in behind him. Bob's coming in. This is awesome. What a cool view. What a cool view. That is so neat. So Bob, I'm assuming this airport is actually in the sim then, because he's on Xbox, so he wouldn't have the freeware. And Veneno's coming in. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see this one. Gotcha. Yeah, somebody did do that one eventually, Kenneth. Veneno, what are you flying? The C-130? Look at this. I think he's just showing the Airbus in mine. That is cool. That is cool. Lands it on the cowlings. Alright, so I'm just gonna clear this because it's just, there's no point. Menu, go away. Just clear. So this airport is literally right there. We just take off and we're gonna have to go around again. And here comes I'm gonna guess this is Kenneth. Is this you, Kenneth? That was a nice landing right there. Alright. So we're gonna come up on the flaps here. Yeah, Kenneth, that's what I thought. That's awesome. Let me try not to hit a tree so I don't. Well, I wonder what that's over there. Like a little road here off the end of the runway. Alright, so look at this crowd. This is amazing. Alright, we're ready to go. And I'm pretty sure Vieques is runway, that's going to be runway 9 as well. So same runway heading as this one. So, alright, takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. The engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed's alive. Accelerating normally. 70 knots and rotate. Nice. Wow, this looks so cool. Whoops. I can't fly backwards. I can't fly looking backwards. Hopefully there's nothing out here to hit. So I think we'll go this way. I'm gonna go left, and then that way drop the nose a little bit here. And then that way, oh man. I just realized something else I didn't do on that last. No, I must have, but I just did something stupid on my takeoff. So I'm coming up with different ways to fly poorly today. Oh, Justin, cool. Which airplane are you flying? I saw that earlier. That's awesome. Thanks for joining. God, and now we get to the part, like if you see this color back in here, like when the sun starts going down, to me, I'm sorry, it just looks so nice. It really does. And I think 1,000 feet is perfect for this flight. Gonna get a nice view. So let's get the nose down here. Yeah, Vieques, I would love to see this place. I would love to see this place. Yeah, the sunsets are amazing in this sim. And for anybody who's never actually been to the Caribbean, if you look at the sunsets in the sim and you're like, there's no way it looks like that, it's so unrealistic, guess what? It's actually pretty darn close. Sunsets in the Caribbean are so orange, it's unbelievable. They're absolutely gorgeous. Unlike my flying. Unlike my flying today. Flying's like anything else. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. You know? Flying's just like anything else. Some of us have more bad days than others. Alright, let's bring the power back here. This is gonna be a quick little flight. And there's this pier out here, which I don't know if that's a pier, if that's a natural land outcropping. I'm sure it must be man-made, I'm guessing. Why is my... I'm just gonna set this to something random so it stops. Stops beeping and making weird. Alright, whatever. Alright, so 1,000 feet. Let's get back into flap range here. There's our airport. I think I have the Freeware one loaded. But this is a cool airport. This is an airport that I don't fly too often enough in the sim. Let's go fuel pumps on. And we're slowing down nicely. And it is just getting beautiful out here. Just getting beautiful out here. Yeah, Bob, right? I mean, they really are. Alright, I'm gonna try not to crash this time. How about that? That's gonna be my goal. I need a little bit more juice here. Yeah, Peter, absolutely. Absolutely. Some days some days you got a good feel for it, some days you don't, you know? I was over at my flying club yesterday. And I tell you, the one thing about flight instructors is flight instructors remember stuff that the rest of us forget. And we were talking about something that happened to one of the members of the club. And we've got some really experienced pilots in our club. And one of them made some really good points about things we should always do. Good habits, good flying habits, right? I mean, you can mitigate risk. Rampeolas, okay. I just probably made the worst American accent pronunciation of that in history, kind of. But there, you know, you do have good days and bad days, but you can mitigate a lot of things by having good habits, you know. And I think that's a really important thing in flying, especially when safety is such a big concern. Little mistakes can cost you dearly in aviation, but if you establish good habits, it mitigates a lot of it. And one of the things, let's go mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set, gears down and welded. One of the things one of the good habits to get into is doing that. Always do a pre-landing checklist. That's a good habit. Another good habit is clearing your throttles every once in a while if you're flying at low. You're flying at low throttle settings for extended periods of time. Every once in a while, just clear your throttles, and by that I mean literally just jam your throttles forward and then pull them out again, just to make sure that like there's no carb ice building up. If you need to, you can apply power and you'll actually get it. Oh, 80 knots. This is a cool view. Alright. 80 knots. Alright. I'm gonna float forever on this one too. Yep. Yeah. It was alright. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's see. Carb heat, yes, exactly. Well, so I'll tell you guys what happened. So one of the guys in my flying club was on about probably inside a half-mile final and had an engine quit in one of our Cherokees. And yeah. And the thing is, they're actually supposedly not, but you know, everybody says you know, it's Continentals that are well, where am I going, by the way? I'm going the wrong way. A lot of people say that the Lycomings are not prone to carb ice. Well, found that out the hard way. I've never had a carb ice issue in an airplane. It's never happened to me, and it's one of those things that you can get lulled into a very false sense of security with. And we all got a wake-up call about that. So let's see here. I'm gonna look up what the next airport is, because let me see here. Let me see here. We're gonna go to let me stop my airplane before I crash into something here, and then I'll show you. We're gonna go right here. Go TJRV. So that probably does not need a GPS entry, because it's right across the water here, right there. And which runway are we going to be using there? We are going to be using runway 7. But yeah, so one of our club members got carb ice and had an engine die on a short final, and that woke him right up. So let's go. And like sim flying is great for procedural practice, especially like, but just doing things like, yeah, that's a cool plane. Just forming good habits, you know. Flaps are set, fuel pumps are on, mixtures and props full forward, you know, and just this kind of stuff. Pre-landing, pre-takeoff checklists. Make sure everything's cool. And I'll tell that story in more detail at some point. I'll probably make a video on it. But all right, and like call outs, like takeoff power coming in, takeoff power is set, engine instruments are in the green, airspeed is alive, accelerating normally. These are all things I go through every time I take off. 70 knots, you know, just to keep my, wow, that's so cool. That is so cool. Look at that line of airplanes right there. Looking at that line of airplanes and that grass that I'm about to land in. But yeah, it's also like a reminder that real flying and sim flying are not the same, and they never will be. You know. So let's drop the nose a little bit. I don't want to dump the flaps in turn, but that is such a cool view. Oh, Just Flight has the paywall. Yeah, you know, Kenneth, it's funny. So I saw that at one point, and I know it was a while ago, and I just never got it. So the sun starts coming down. I love this time of day in the sim. I really do. There's a little bit of light here. I could have. Yes, I got all my lights on. Okay, we're gonna go at 1,000 feet. This is high for Hans Boone, but it's normal for the rest of us. Alright, let's see here. Flaps are up, fuel pumps are off. And look at that. Look at that. We're gonna have some awesome screenshots of this flight. Like, this is gonna be, there's gonna be some really cool ones. Alright, let's get the nose down here and trimmed. Let's see here. So, runway 7, I'm gonna overfly it and make a left downwind. Oopsie daisy. Roosevelt Road's Old Navy Airport now, okay. Okay, gotcha. You know, one of the things, Kenneth, and I'm sure that I know it's like true on many of the islands. A lot of these islands are old, or a lot of these airports rather are World War II airports, and that's one of the things that look at Fernando, 100 feet. I gotta take a picture of that. One of the things that I find fascinating is the history. I find Caribbean history in general very interesting, but I really find the aviation history of the Caribbean fascinating, because people don't think of aviation when they think of the Caribbean, because it's islands. You think of boats, right? But almost nobody travels by boat. You know, I mean, I shouldn't say nobody, but like it's the common way to get around is to travel by small plane. You know, from island to island. And so I just think aviation has such a big part to play in the Caribbean, and it's not something that people would necessarily think of. You know, I certainly didn't until I went down there for the first time. And I can start to see the runway there, the airport. And there's not, like, I've looked for history books on like Caribbean aviation. I haven't really found a whole lot. I think Jamaica might have an aviation museum, but I'm not 100% sure about that now that I say it. But I just find it fascinating. I really do. So there is. Oh, you know what? This is gonna be a right downwind too, because you can see on the other side. Well, yeah, you can see on the other side of these hills. We're gonna make a right downwind here. Otherwise, we might find ourselves at a hill. But gosh, it's beautiful. A lot of people flying around down here tonight. Just cool. So if we I got my runway heading marked, and so if I get my hash mark there right on that 7, I know I'm on a perfect downwind. And let's go fuel pumps on. Whoopsie. Alright. And how did I get up so high? I have no idea. Alright. So. Looking good. Gosh, it's beautiful. And I love the way that, like, the sun really has a different effect depending on whether you're going into it or coming back towards it, you know what I mean? Like, here, it's got that beautiful haze effect, and then looking back, it's got that, like, beautiful brightness. It's just awesome. Alright. Pull that nose up here in the turn, which is not necessarily advisable. And we'll go back into the white arc. We'll go flaps full, and we're gonna have to. Alright, we'll trim for 80 here. Yeah, it's Kenneth, I can see why. right downwind for here, or left downwind here would be a little bit tricky. That's also why they've got this displaced threshold. You can see this because they don't want you hitting any of this over here. So the displaced threshold. Oh, no way, Peter, that's cool. So let's go mixtures and props full forward. This whole thing right here is called a displaced threshold, where all the arrows are, and you can't land on it. You can take off on it, but you cannot land on it. And the whole purpose is to keep you higher, to keep you above the terrain that they're trying to avoid hitting. The C90 sampled feline. Justin, that's a cool plane. Alright. A little bit of a right crosswind, it feels like. Start bringing some power. Yeah, look at that. That shadow right there. Let's make it a good one. Let's make it a good one here. That was a little bit too much aileron, but not too bad. Not too bad, all things considered. Now, where can we taxi over here? Let's see here. I mean, I think this is probably going to be our last airport of the day. I don't know that there's really like another one nearby. Usually we wrap it up right about this time. There's a hangar over here. Oh, nice. Let me slow down here. Got Joe 07. I'm gonna pause right here and watch some landings. Bring my flaps up. The flying club here on 55 with an instructor. That's awesome. Oh, Justin, I gotcha. Let's see here. Who we got coming in? We got Hans Boom coming in here. Hans is already down. Gotcha. And then F-22. I never find those I don't find those interesting in the sim. I don't know. Jet fighters. Gosh, it's a pretty view, no? Oh, I see Buckman's on the ground. Bob's coming in, followed shortly by Bungalow. Ottawa. You know, it's funny because there's some aviation museums that I want to go check out that aren't very far from me. There's a Pan Am museum on Long Island, which I think is really pretty neat. I want to go see at some point. What I really want to see, Veneno and the AN2. What I really want to go see is there's a flying boat museum in Ireland. That I want to go see. There's Justin in the C90. Nice. I suppose I can go park up over here now. Let's see here. Let's go park on the grass. It'll work. This is a fun little flight today around the Puerto Rico. So, mixtures to idle, cutoff, throttles are idle, set the parking brake, flaps are up, fuel pumps coming off, avionics master coming off, lights coming off, Google mags off, go avionic, master and battery switches off, open the window. Now let's see who I got. Anybody else coming in still? Nice, perfect timing. Got ourselves right here at sunset. Oh, I forgot I can't pause it. Whoopsie. Come on. That's such a nice view. Such a cool view. And Veneno's gonna be the last one in. This is a good flight today. This is a lot of fun, guys. What do you think? What do we have? A C90, we had a C310, we had a bunch of Islanders, we had... What else do we have? We had we had one turbine Islander, we had a C130, had a Comanche. That was a good, I still haven't flown the Comanche. I gotta get that one, but Hans, thank you, I appreciate it. You don't have to thank me, I appreciate you guys coming out. Yeah, Peter, I'm sure that's true. St. Croix, we went to St. Croix a bunch of years ago. I mean, it's gotta be about 10 years ago now. And there's quite a bit of aviation history on St. Croix, too. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. That was a great little tour around Puerto Rico. If you guys have any suggestions of like island tours you want to do, I'm thinking next up, let me see here. I am thinking doing maybe next, I mean, there's so many airports on the Dominican and Haiti, and they were fun too. That was a cool place. Who's this? There's somebody up here. I was like checking out people's pictures on Volanta. I think maybe another trip around some of these airports. This one, Cap Haitien, up in Haiti, was really sweet. So maybe we'll do that next up. But yeah, the Concorde, the Kenneth, that's the whatchamacallit, that's in Manhattan. I forget the name of it right now. Hey Moja Aaron, how are you? Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for joining along. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ganja, good times. Onboard simulations, thanks so much. I appreciate it. So we'll see. But if you guys have suggestions of things, places you want to fly, don't hesitate. Look at this. There's a ton of this is all VATSIM stuff right now. Crazy. Almost the entire US is covered in VATSIM controllers right now. Check that out. Not to mention New York Oceanic. And hey Bungalow, thank you, I appreciate it. Veneno, absolutely, guys, thank you so much for coming out. And this is one of those weird things, like when you look on a map sometimes and you see something like Sargasso Sea that you've never heard of in your life, and it's like, what on earth is that? But anyway, that was a good time, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Let's give this guy a little like here. And Kurt, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining in. And anytime anybody wants to fly along, you're always welcome. And we'll do this again this Wednesday at about 4 o'clock New York time. That would be 2100 Zulu. I will post that in the Discord. But we'll look forward to doing that. And that was our flight today out of San Juan down in here out to Culebra and around. That was pretty sweet flight today. That was a lot of fun. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hans, Kurt, Veneno, Bungalow, Moja, Bob, Kenneth, Buckman, really appreciate it, guys. It was a lot of fun. And Justin, thanks again for joining, and thanks for flying along. Peter, good to see you as well. Take care. And Plain Places and Adventures, good to see you as well. And good start into the week for you guys. I hope everybody has a relaxing rest of your Sunday, and we shall talk soon. Let me get my sim back up here. We can get a nice going away view. So you guys take care, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Take it easy, fellas. Yeah, same to you. Appreciate it.